Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Rocketeer Motorsport here at Zandvort, and I'm telling you now, it's going to be exactly like that in Talar, because he messes up turn 1 in qualifying. Now heading through this fast left-hander on Bob and Niddy. As he comes through, he clips the curb and around he goes. Well, that's unfortunate for him, and I expect he'll go for another lap or two. Now, on Bob illegal at the exact same corner. Can he make it through? Nope, no, illegal card. So he's done 2 spins now in this session. He spun off in one of the other corners, which I didn't quite catch. Now heading through with us. Fast right-hander. This is very tricky for us. We're using a wet setup because it's a wet race. Go on the curb, and we're spinning here. And that is possibly our qualifying already done of P7. And we have to get out the way because another car coming through. Just about managed to get out the way of him. I don't know who that was, but yeah. Tyres already gone. Let's see what we can do. It's heading through this fast right then, having to clip the apex, which is basically near the grass with the DRS open. Can we improve on that? Coming to the line, and we get ourselves back into P6 then. And further back, this is what happened to Gunner. Gamer heading into pit lane. I don't really know what's gone on there, but Gun's out of qualifying. And I don't think he meant to do that. I don't know if his batteries died or if he did mean to do that. A bit weird from him. But there you go, guys. Now, it's time for the wet race. Are you ready for this one? Well, I am, personally. Wet races, I love them to bits. But it's Zandvort. Hard track, very difficult. Sam on pole position, great job by him in quali. Only by 2.5 tenths from Noah. And then another 2.5 tenths further back is Joe. Then it's Caesar, who's done a good job on the dams. And we're a long way back. We are P10. That's just disaster of a quali for us. Not what we were looking for at all at this time. Going into this weekend, and we've lost a lot of positions. Once again, another bad qualifying, and it just sucks. As there you go, Interlagos, nice lap time there. Illegal, went out so many times. Spun out twice. Unlucky for him. Chris, he also beat us in qualifying. Niddy did as well, but as you can see there, not a good lap time at all. With our wet setup, of course, which it isn't the greatest wet setup I've ever had in my life, but we'll go with it. As we head into the race now then, full wet. Yep, that's right, full wet. And you're going to see exactly how bad full wet is at this track. As it's turn 1, we did exactly what Interlagos did in the dry. And just go straight on. Now, heading out to this fast left-hander. We've got a little bit of grip around here actually. And I don't know why everyone's going so slowly, but they are going so slowly. And oh, there's a crash in the background. That's Jonesy in the wall. On the formation lap. That's not what you were doing on a formation lap. Spinning on formation laps. Jonesy, join the club. I'm already in the club, I think, anyway. As we go through this fast right-hander, and as you can see, the grip levels is just like that. I didn't even do anything wrong. I was in 3rd gear, put the power on it, around it goes. Here we go then. 10 red lights at Zandvort. Race 1, and away we go. Now for the first start. Yep, that is correct, first start. But here we go. We get an amazing start heading into turn 1. Could be alongside Chris into turn 1 here. Dive bomb Chris into turn 1 though. We get the position, and there's a mistake there by Guns. We get another position on the exit. We got ourselves into P6, so we're taking 4 cars off the line then. Now heading through the fast right hand left corners here. Interlagos making a mistake, and he swoops in back to the apex. Very dangerous drive from Interlagos there. And that caught me and Caesar off there, because he's hit Caesar on the exit, he's hit us on the entry. Not a great drive by Interlagos, but we get a much better exit than him. Head through the fast right, fast left even. Go on to the fast right there, there's contact between me and Interlagos. And that's caused a safety car, and in fact it's caused a red flag because we're about to have a restart. But this is what happened from Gun's POV of this incident. On the exit, you see Caesar actually just ran wide. There wasn't any contact in Slow, so I apologise for assuming there was. Caesar just going a bit slowly early on, clearly just not having any luck through here. Gun making a mistake, but there you go, Interlagos into the barrier, hard contact. And for some reason, they decided that was enough for a red flag. And if that's going to cause a red flag, we're going to have a very interesting Grand Prix, let's just say that, because not only are we going to have people spinning in these conditions, but it's going to be a bit of a disaster, as up in front, Interlagos has joined the Spinning Formation Club. Joe's already there, I'm there, a load of other drivers are probably already there as well. Now, can we get through this fast right this time without having any issues? Not quite, we clipped the inside white line, and that is enough for us to be into the wall. That's a big impact to the wall. You don't be doing too many of those during this race, because that will end the race dearly for you. As losing a position there to another one. Should we go to race 2 then? Here we go. Well, still race 1, but race 1 start 2. 10 red lights then. Can we get a decent start again here, and away we go? Can we please just get another good start? And I think we do here, because Chris has made a big mistake there off the line. That's what's caused a huge mayhem into turn 1. We clipped the apex nice and easily, pretty much same line as before, on the exit as well, getting a nice drive. We're just about to P7. Not as quite as good start as last time, but it's still a good start, overtaking 3 cars this time. Now into this left-hander, Interlagos once again on the wrong line. That's just, he's always there on the outside, and are we going to go side by side again? Interlagos, this didn't go well last time. Back out this time, thank you. Get past Interlagos into the fast left, right. Guns off. Guns gone off the track, we've had to avoid him. Interlagos is back into the wall. Interlagos then hit us, and there's more contact further back. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, it's a huge pile up at the back. And I've got a feeling this might just cause another red flag, you know, because I think there's a lot of cars involved, but I don't know. Well, let's find out what happened. From Gun's POV himself, the man who's caused this by messing himself up completely to his fast left, runs off straight off the track, just doesn't have the turn in. Wrong setup, probably. Hey, through the fast right then. And he's trying to avoid Chris. And while he's looking at Chris, he's not paying attention to Interlagos. And that's caused a huge pile up. Illegal's involved, Jack's involved, and a few others are involved. And that is a red flag. And we're going to have to go for a third start then. Oh dear, this is just not going well then. And then on the third start, on the formation lap, Illegal joins the formation lap. Spinners and etc. and going off the track anxiety stuff. Right, can we make it through this fast right one more time, please? This time! No, we still lose the rear. And we're into the wall again. Right, we've got to be careful of that. Then we've done it 3 times on the formation lap. We could do it in the race, and that's what we want. Now, also joining the formation lap Spinners is Chris 12LFC. Welcome to the club, boy. As on the exit as well, we were more of looking at Chris and didn't really concentrate. So he got back past us. Now, on the exit of this corner, is there going to be any other Spinners? I think it's a mistake there by Mr. himself, Jackie Boy. Don't know if that was a spin out or anything, I don't really know. I wasn't paying attention. And Joe's joined the formation lap Spinners as well. And Chris has lost it, and we've lost it into Chris. And we've hit Chris, and we're both going to be out. Oh god, this is just a nightmare. Right, 10 red lights then. Just try this third time. Lucky then, we're on the wrong line because the Caesar left the session and didn't bother rejoining. Here we go. And it's just not as good a start as it was before. We need to improve on this grid position. Heading into turn 1, we're just being too cautious into turn 1. There's a bit of contact actually. And we're going to go round the outside of Niddy, I think that is, on our own side. We get past Niddy then into the fast right hand. We've got Chris still in front of us. Interlagos in front of Chris. There's a car off in there. That's illegal. Illegal's crashed. I don't know what happened to illegal, but illegal's gone around. Now on the exit of this corner then. Just about get off the exit. Much better than Chris. And then we lost weirdly there. And we've hit the wall, giving us damage. And we've kind of just turned into the wall instead of hitting Chris and possibly ruining Chris's race. I believe that was the best of 2 evils there. I either take out Chris or I take out myself, and I decided I was going to hit that wall. And I think he might thank me for that later on at some point. But we do have damage now. Let's see what this damage is going to be like. But as you can see here, we lose the rear. And yeah, in a way, it's me driving into the wall, but I think I would have hit the wall anyway. I don't know if Chris wasn't on that line, then it could, yeah. It depends if I wanted to save that or not, and I decided I was just going to let the car do its thing and see if it saved it like that onto the left, and it just didn't work out. Heading through this penultimate corner then, it's Niddy who's next up, because Niddy got packed past us with that mistake we made. We're going to go round the outside of Niddy, round the final corner. That's brave in the wet from us, but we get the move done. And we get past Niddy onto the start-finish straight line then. Complete lap 1, and that is a chaotic lap 1, and finally, that's not a red flag. That's number 1. Let's see if they can continue this momentum forwards then in this Grand Prix. It does help there's like a couple less drivers. JJ's not racing and Caesar's not racing. They both couldn't be bothered, or they just couldn't do it. Well, one of them couldn't do it and one of them couldn't be bothered. Heading to this, you know which one's which. JJ couldn't do it. You get the point. As coming out the fast left, oh, get an amazing run on Jack here, who is just about defending his position quite neatly there. We've got to be patient going through this fast right-hander. But patience is not really something we do good at. Oh, we just about stay on the track, trying to get past Jack here. Don't know what we're doing, to be honest. We should be racing this one just here. We should be going for the dive bomb lunge into the right-hander. It's exactly what we're going to see if we can do. Into the right-hander. Jack's braking way too late. But he keeps his momentum forwards, gets a nice exit. Now heading through the left one. And we go for the move again on Jack. And he just about leaves enough room here for the 2 cars to get through there. On the exit, we get past Jack though. And we're into P7. Nice and easily done. Whew, this is turning out to be quite an episode, I'm telling you that. We get past Jack into P7, which is now we're taking 3 cars, which it's a bit frustrating because all the starts we've had so far, we've done a pretty good job of getting into P5, P4, that kind of area. And yet now we just still have to pass Chris into Lagos to get into just the P5. See if we get both of them possibly, as we are very brave through this right hand, and the car just sticks. You see that? Full throttle from us. Chris tries it, he's clipped the wall. Interlagos has pulled off to the right side, he's made some sort of mistake. And we're going to go 3 wide heading into turn 1. We got the best exit onto the straight though. Heading into turn 1, Chris is just about on the inside. He's just about made it through there. I don't know what's happened between the two of them, but I think there's contact on the exit between the pair of them, and they have crashed. The 2 teammates then are out of this one, and that's not what they wanted at all. And I could take sort of some blame for that, but I can't also take some blame for that because on my screen I've given them plenty of space, and they've hit each other on the exit. I don't know what happened really. So there you go. There's the move we made on Jackie Boy. Nice little lunge. As heading through the final corner, you see that the mistake by Chris, and I don't know what Interlagos was doing here. Maybe he was listening through his teammate, not thinking I was there, or he's done something. We got such a good drive, and then heading into turn 1. Sadly, replay mode only catches up to that point there, and then it cancelled on me. I really wanted to see what happened on the exit through replay mode, and it didn't quite work out for me. Right, P5 after some people in the pit lane. So improvements left, right and centre. Now a bit of contact for the back. Oh, this is Niddy and Illegal crashing as well. And I don't know what's caused this, but both of them having a bit of issues going on. And Illegal continue on with this race. Also further back is up the inside goes Illegal on Jackie Boy on lap 5. 2 of them side by side heading through the left hander now. Jackie Boy with the inside line with Illegal on the outside. Illegal still holding it around the outside. Great battle between these two. As heading off onto this straight then. Illegal just pulling out enough here on Jack. I'll be surprised if Jack sends it into this right hander, but he's going to anyway. He sends it up the inside, and that was too ambitious. He's in the gravel trap, and Illegal gets that position. Nice move there by Illegal, nice and patient, and that's what gets him the position in the end. Lap 6 then, moving on with the laps quite quickly here. Still in P5, there's car off. That was Gunn. Gunn's crashed. I don't know what's happened to Gunn there, but he's made a huge mistake. And he's out, pretty much, of contention for this podium. Now, who's next up for me? It's Joe. 6.2 seconds. That's crucial. We can see if we can close that down, to be honest. If we really tried and pushed this car to the absolute max, we could probably get away with it. Coming to the line then. A few cars in the pits. Cross off lap 8 and on to lap 9 now. And we're going to move ourselves into P2 in this Grand Prix because the car's pitting. Right, next up is Noah then, because Joe's in the pits. That's why I've left it in. Joe's in the pits. And after we pit, it'll be interesting to see what the gap is. It was 6.2 before he pitted. And I want to know what the pace difference will be like. As you can see, straightening up the car is exactly what you'll be doing in these conditions. And it's exactly what we decided we were going to be trying and doing here. As we go around the penultimate corner into the last corner. Quite nice run this. Coming into the pit lane this lap possibly, or staying out. I'm deciding that, well, you know what? The leader's in the pits. I want to lead a lap. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to cross the finish line to lead the Grand Prix. And just extend the tyres one more lap to make sure we don't have any puncture possibilities in the later on this race to have any issues. And we're into the pits to change our front wing as well. But it was 6.1. But now we're changing the front wing. And in the pit lane for a lot longer than what Joe was. It'd be interesting to see if we have gained, or if we have lost a lot more time with this front wing change. Joe's already gone past us then, and we're just exiting the pit lane now. Let's go, eyes forward, as one would say. But even with the 6.1 gap, we've only lost 8 tenths with the front wing change. I don't know if Joe had a front wing change, but he's also got a penalty. Yeah, we've gained a lot on Joe here through the pit lane. As yeah, we've only lost that at 2.1 maybe. Let's see if we can close this gap then. Eyes forward, as once again would be the Formula reference there. And do some laps off and get better, and improve our lap time while we're at it. Going through the final corner, it's exactly what we're doing. We're green on our delta, which means we are improving on this lap time. As you can see, we're closing the gap in very quickly as well. We gained 1.1 seconds, going purple as well. Joe really needs to up his pace here. We're going to catch him with only a few laps to go in this Grand Prix. And just like that, we are catching him slightly. Well, actually saying that, I think he's gained a little bit on us. So he's matching the pace to us right now. As we cross the line, the track is getting better. And we are doing the consistent lap times there. That was a very consistent lap time there between the last 2 laps. Now, heading into turn 1 then. On the exit of turn 1, nice and easy. You want to be smooth on the throttle, just like we are. Get the car smoothed out. Now heading through the right-hander. Full right. There's spinner. And I believe Joe's binned it. Joe has binned it. We were matching the pace to him. And that has put him under a lot of pressure, and he's binned it. Now on the exit, can we possibly get Joe here, heading into fast left? Right, but in a position with Interlagos, it's not safe. We're not going to do it. Going to stick behind Joe for now, and see if we can possibly get him into the next right. there's not really an opening, and there wasn't really an opening for the rest of the lap. But moving on then, on the exit of this corner, can we please just close up to the car in front? And I can't really do that, I'm afraid. Joe's clearly got more pace than us at this point, but doesn't mean we're not going to be trying against this right-hander. Though we've lost the rear, we must have touched the rear with the white line or something. We've gone around, and Joe has been handed that P3 really, because that spin's going to cost us quite a bit, and that's quite a frustrating spin. And now further back, watching Chris going through this fast left, and he's clipped the curb just like the guys did in quali, and around you go. Now back on board with Chris 1 lap later, and this time it's the car in front spinning again. Just these guys, they need to learn they can't touch that curb at all. If they do, they're going to spin. And I'm afraid they're learning that the hard way. Coming to the line then to beat our lap once again, I believe. Coming to the line, more consistency. Did beat our lap, but it was close. And that's all that matters in this Grand Prix, I expect, at this point anyway. Heading through this fast right to complete another lap time as well. Right, Joe is 5.9 seconds ahead. We're going to be pushing, especially these last few laps, just in case Joe makes a mistake, gets a punch and put him under more pressure, see if he spins again. He spun once already, so we've got to try it. Coming out to this, like, the corner, we've got straight steering wheel, but it's the way with the camber of the corner, we spun it. And that is going to be the race over for us. We're not going to be able to improve on that. There you go, the back end just went, and that is afraid, that's as far as that went. Now, the lead of the race though, a couple laps later, is Mr. Noah. And he's caught up to Jackie Boy, a lapped car, he's not moving out his way. This is going to help us close in on Noah, I think. Maybe Noah's going to get in contact with Jackie Boy, which sounds a bit bad from our point of view, but it would help us out massively in the championship-wise. To see if we can catch up to Noah, which that we're going to be able to anyway. But heading into turn 1, Jackie Boy is defending this position like it's his life at the moment. Heading out to turn 1 then, Jackie Boy still with the advantage. I don't know what he's doing actually, to be honest. He's holding up Noah quite badly, and this is horrendous driving. It's costing Noah a lot of time. But as you can see, he's still trying to battle the race leader. Yeah, I don't know what the problem is there, but yeah, they always came together. But that's the race then. That's race 1 done. And Noah 1, Sam 2nd, Joe 3rd, me 4th, Gun P5, and Illegal P6. Right, reverse grid then. We're starting P5 for this one, and seem to have a jump start there. Oh, this is the false start, right? Because of the alright, I thought I could talk about this bit for a little bit, have a little bit of a rant while we're doing it. So we crashed out into turn 1, because why not? Don't really want to get disqualified or have any extra penalties into the dry races, which will be coming up later. But you can't just like go straight for the sprint race without having the reverse order. They wanted the reverse order, so we decided to restart it again. As Interlagos lost his tyre there quite nicely. But yeah, that's pretty much the issue going on here. As actually a lot of broken cars, a lot of broken interesting glitches as well. And yeah, let's see what this one goes. Sorry, in the dry and drifting around that left-hander. Not really what I've been doing, and I'm on the curb. I'm on the grass and I've hit the wall again on the formation lap, and we're going to go for a spin. And Mr. Interlagos himself, always him, comes along and hits us out of the formation lap. Right then, 10 red lights for this Grand Prix. It's a 13 lap Grand Prix, this one, in the dry, 5 red lights, and away we go. And we've kind of taken it like we're driving in the rain. That is an awful start. Heading into turn 1, we lost like 4 positions. And that's not what I wanted at all. So it looks like we're going to have to practice our starts going to the next Grand Prix. In the dry anyway. Heading into fast right there. We need to get some positions back desperately as quickly as possible. That's going to help. Thank you, Gun. Gun's in the wall then. Now on the exit of this left-hander. Get in position. Not quite. Just the one we got on Gun. Now heading through the fast left. Fast left right. Still got Jonesy on our way though. But he's very slow through that fast left. Just Interlagos is kind of nowhere to take full advantage of that. I'm really frustrated by Jonesy. He's not putting the throttle down through there like you should be, and that's frustrating. Right then, coming out to this fast right, and you can just see the time we're losing here. We're faster than both the guys in front of us, and we can't do anything about it. Right, Joe's into the wall though. Joe's crashed on the exit. There's a lot of contact here. I don't know what's going on. Jonesy's missed his braking point, hit Chris. We're onto the curb because Jonesy's not giving it any space, and once again we haven't got any momentum onto the straight to make any advantage. Frustrating. Right, heading into the fast right chicane then. Well, slower right left chicane. As Johnsy then out of this corner, we can surely get Johnsy, and we need to get him as soon as possible. It's frustrating being stuck behind people, but this is how the race is probably going to go. Out of this corner then, heading up the inside of Jonesy into the right hander. Jonesy doesn't leave us any space at all around the final corner, and I think he's hit the wall there. And I wish these drivers would leave more space than that. That's just a joke. We're going like 150 miles an hour around that right-hander, and you're still not giving me space to go up the inside. Yes, it's a dangerous overtaking space, but you can still leave space at the end of the day. Right, hey, the right left-hander. Right, there goes Gun. Gun's kind of just binned it off Caesar's or Sam's side pod even. I don't know what was going on there. But contact between those two. On board with Noah, he's made a pretty good start coming from where he was. He's now got Joe in front of him, who has had a huge lap 1 issue coming out of this corner then. Let's see what happened to Joe as coming around this fast right. Noah running line. I don't really understand why he's running line, but he's running line, and I feel like that might cost him in a few Grand Prix, because he's not going to know where I'm braking, because line brakes differently to where I brake, and you'll notice that as Joe's crashed with contact with Sam, and that could go down to the stewards. I don't really know what's happened there, but big contact, and Sam's got a huge wheel spin out of that corner, but he's going to get overtaken by Noah heading into this right-hander. And they both got to catch up to Jackie Boy and Illegal, and Noah's had to back out of that one because he hit Jack, who was going so slow as well in front of them both. Now, heading into this right-hander then, penultimate corner. Surely Noah's going to set or move up for the final corner like I was doing, further back. And Sam's been held up through this right-hander. There's a lot of sparks being shown, and that's really going to be infuriating to Noah. But as you can see, Sam and Noah using the slipstream to their advantage here. Heading into turn 1, Indian's going to send it into turn 1. Quite. Jackie Boy with the inside line goes in way too deep, forces Sam out wide. Noah looking for the switchback on the pair of them heading into the right-hander. Noah just about backs out of that one, but Sam gets moved done on Jackie Boy. Noah's patient, goes round the outside. Jack into his left-hander. Oh, there's contact between him and Jack though. Puts Noah offline. Noah spun it, and Noah, that is pretty much the end of his race, you would have thought. Let's see if we can come back through the field after that one. Right, on board with Joe, the more replays, the more incidents which are happening. Into his right-hander. Huge contact between Jackie Boy and Chris, which is what started it all. There's a contact with Joe, which puts him into the wall and out of contention as well. So we've lost Joe and Noah and a few others. It's just chaotic. This race is turning out to be. Now on board with us heading into turn 1. You already know what happens to Noah. It's what happened to us. It's coming around into turn 1 then. We've still got John Z in front of us. Heading through this fast left-right then. Gotta make sure we get the right line through here. Clip the inside curb, which is not really what we're doing. We're gonna send it around the outside of John Z though. Heading out to this corner, and you know Noah's spun, but Noah's there on the line. We just about get the position on Johnsy and get past Noah. 2 positions, and that could have ended up in disaster. Now heading through the fast right-hander, we're going to be able to close up on the next car, which is in fact Chris. Chris is losing it though. Chris clipped the curb. Chris has spun. We're into P5. 3 cars in the last sector and a half. Let's go. Now heading through this right-hander, Jackie Boy is next up for us, and he's catching up to someone else. Sorry, Interlagos and Jackie Boy are both next up. Jack's made a big mistake though, heading through the fast left-hander, and Interlagos, they made contact. Jackie Boy's in the wall, and that was contact with him and Interlagos. Oh, this is turning out to be quite an interesting Grand Prix in the dry. There's a lot of spinners going on, that's for certain. There you go, that's how close it was between me and John D and Noah. Now, thankfully, all that's left for us is Interlagos for P3 in this Grand Prix. We're catching him, and we know we got the pace, although we missed the apex there quite badly, and it's made us clip the curb, and that's not what you want to be doing. Joe is catching us though. We need to push because Joe is catching, but we're catching up into Interlagos at the same time. It's kind of an interesting situation. You don't want to get on that curb. We got on the curb, we spun it. Right, Joe's got through, and we're in the most dangerous position possibly. Johnsy's gone through. We have to make sure we don't get collected by any of the other drivers, because you won't want to be in the position I am in right now, because you could just get clipped by any of the unsighted drivers. Thankfully, everyone's on their own there. No one was battling. No one didn't see me. That's cool. So P8, which isn't cool. We got Chris, which we need to catch up to, and then Noah, and then I think it's Johnsy after that, Joe at some point as well. See if we can catch up to any of those. I doubt it, because we're so far back after this spin, which was bizarre, because we literally clipped the curb, and around we went. And but after this race, you're gonna, if you count the spin, if we could have a spin count during this whole race, it would be up in at least 50 spinners during the weekend in total. It's an absolute joke. Right, hello Noah, what are you up to? Right, Noah comes around this corner, he sees us in the middle of the track. We don't move, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to move when you spun out in the middle of the track. You've got to let them avoid you, because then you've got nothing to do with it. Right, heading through this right-hander, you can tell how much we're pushing this car though, as there seems to be a spinner. Illegal spun. Right, illegal spun, that's another free position, and Chris has spun on the exit. Double spinners for those two, and that's going to cost them 2 positions. Well, going to gain us 2 positions. Right, we clipped that curb, not what we were doing at all, but we got away with it this time round. Next up for us is Noah and Johnsy, and Noah's 10.6 seconds up the road. But as you can see here, this is a nice, neat, smooth spin, which costs us a lot of time. But it was a nice save from us to get that one done anyway. And there you go, there's illegal on one corner, and then there's Chris on the exit. We just about managed to get through there without losing time or grip or anything, really. Right then, continue on with this Grand Prix. There seems to be some dirt here. What's happened to Noah? Noah's lost a lot of time. Noah's spun out or something. He's now within 2 seconds of us, so Noah's not having the Grand Prix he thought he was wanting. To catch up to Sam in the championship, he's got to be turning up. He's got to start getting some more points than Sam. And Sam is going to do the double here, possibly. He's winning the Grand Prix, I think, right now anyway. Heading through this fast right-hander. Again, you know what happened last time we went through this fast right-hander? Someone crashed. Right, we got past Johnsy though. I can't remember how we did cross past Johnsy, but we're into the wall. And it doesn't really matter because, yeah, of that. Right, now we've got damage as well. And I expect Johnsy's going to be able to come back at us here with our damage. And he's going to have the straight line speeds. And he's going to go up our inside, possibly into this next right-hander. Johnsy's with the position. He's going to have to go over the curb, I think, though. Just about going to get the move. Well, he's crashed. I don't think I could do anything about that. But me being the sportsmanship person I am, I don't know whose fault that was. Was it my fault? Was it his fault? I thought I left enough space, but we still managed to go around. I would need to see his POV. But at the time, I was thinking, well, that could be my fault. Oh, I've mixed up the order a little bit. Okay, not to worry. Right, it's just these two clips then. This is before when I was stuck behind Johnson. This is how I got past him. Heading to this left-hander then. Gonna go round the outside again of Johnson. Not quite this time around. He holds us up on quite badly on the exit there. Right, heading through this fast left-hander. Just about clipping that curb on the inside, nailing it through into this right-hander. Tricky corner, this one. I really wanted to get an overtake through there during the weekend. You're going to see if we can manage it. And this is when we don't have damage, by the way, don't forget. Right, heading through this fast right-hander again. Like, there's a ball coming up. That's my braking marker. Up the inside of Johnsy. Huge dive bomb. We get to be done. And, or do we've lost the rear, actually. Johnsy's going to go round the outside of us into this left-hander then. Just about going to hold off Johnsy. We're going to have the DRS a straight line speed though. We've been in this position before, me and Johnsy, and it didn't work out in the future anyway. It doesn't work out, but this time round it does work out. We get the position done on Johnsy, and now we can just pull away into P5. But actually, still, that's not what happened. Johnsy's now come back at us and has spun out, but because we're the sportsmanship person we're going to wait up for Johnsy. We're going to let him back through, just in case that spin was my fault. And there you go. You have that P5, buddy, and I'll overtake you back in a minute. And that's exactly what we're going to do then. Hey, through this fast right-hander, straight away on it. Into this left-hander, side by side. Don't forget we've got damage now. And I believe Johnsy's got damage from the damage he had earlier as well, hitting that wall. Side by side, heading through the fast left chicane, which turns into a fast right as well. Johnsy just about giving us no space. We're going to dive bomb it into the right-hander, still side by side. Great battle between us two. Just about on the limit as well, and we get the move done on Johnsy. And I tell you what, I am very hot right now, and I am sweating a little bit. We make a mistake though through the right-hander. We're into the boards, and Johnsy's got us back then. Right, back to square one again for the third time today. Catching up to Johnsy, which is lap 12 out of 13. So we're only going to have like one more lap of this to go in this Grand Prix. Can we catch up to him later on in this lap then? Just about catching up to Johnsy. He made a big mistake through there, and we got a much better exit onto this small straight. We get past Johnsy, heading into the corner. Right, round the penultimate corner. Johnsy's still got the inside line. We're giving him space. Round the final corner we go with Johnsy still on our inside. Unlike him, we're going to give space around the final corner. And now, we're side by side. We're both having damage, don't forget. Crossing the finish line to start the final lap of the Grand Prix. Right, braking at that bonus board of 100 metres. Into turn one, we're carrying a lot of speed. Made a mistake actually, got in too deep. Still side by side on the exit though. Me and Johnsy, right, heading through this right-hander. Johnsy's just about gone for the inside line. I've not left enough space. That's on me. I've spun around. Right, I now need to quickly hurry up, put my foot down, and let's see if we can close back up to Johnsy. And that's exactly what we're going to be trying to do. As you can see, the gap is 5 seconds already coming down quite quickly. I don't know if Johnsy makes a mistake or he's waiting up me, or the damage is just getting too severe. Maybe we got more damage from the contact we just made. And it's going to make things a little bit easier for us to catch him, I think. On this final lap of the Grand Prix, heading through this fast right, we're not taking any prisoners. Heading through this right here then, on the limit, just about almost losing the car again through there. Thankfully we don't have to take it again. Bonus boards are gone because we took them out previous lap. Now, there's Johnsy. Are we within the DRS? I think we just about are. You can see the damage he's got and how it is affecting him as we're coming up to the DRS straight. He's made a mistake on the exit. We got the DRS, we got the straight line speed, we got past Johnsy. Just like that then, is he going to be able to come back at us with a few corners to go into this final chicane? Through this fast right left, we make a huge mistake. Is Johnsy close enough to be able to come back on us? not quite. On the exit, they're just about getting past Johnsy. 2 corners to go in this Grand Prix. Heading through the prospect corner and clip the apex perfectly. Get on the exit. And I think just about we're going to get Johnsy here for P5 in this Grand Prix. And that's a P5 worth battling for. And we're going to get it. Whew. Now, and the tyre comes straight off as well. That's how Zandvort went. Yeah. What a race. That was one to remember for both races, actually. I enjoyed the wet, I enjoyed the dry. A lot of spins, a lot of crashes, as you can see. As we talk about spins, there's the one I had earlier with Johnsy. And somehow, Joe won that Grand Prix. I believe Sam waited for Joe on the last lap. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention, I was more concentrating. But Joe's your race winner then. No penalties for him. Sam in P2, only 1 warning at the start. Kind of understandable to get warnings at the start. Interlagos, penalties for days early on. Noah as well, clean as. Very good stuff from Noah during this Grand Prix. Us, we only got 1 warning, and I think that was through battling, so kind of understandable. As how many pens did Johnsy have then? Because he was keeping up with us, I wonder. Will we find out? Hopefully. But there you go. Consistency, great. Tyres, bad. They went off near the end. And yeah, that's kind of how it went. A lot of interesting consistency from us anyway. Johnsy had 2 warnings, so yeah, fair play. We both did some great battling. We kept it clean as well. No penalties from both of us. Illegal getting 1 warning. Had a few spins as well. And then Niddy, who didn't even finish, who gave up with a few laps to go. And there you go. That's Zandvort. I am knackered. I need to have a drink. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.